Hello all, welcome to my channel. My name is Sabrina Kim and you might know me for my past vlogs in Korea or my most known video, Growing Up Malaysian. Or you might just be new, and if so, welcome. You might be wondering why I have a voiceover on this video. Well, my first one was not cute, so I wanted to honestly give you a better introduction. This video is about my love-hate relationship with being a creative, and I'm sure a lot of people might also have the same frustration. So I decided to give my 2 cents. I'm so grateful that you pressed on this video, and I hope you enjoy. Before we start, let me take a bite of my granola. This is a cleansing butter from Elemis. I like to lather it. I low-key take a good amount onto my face. Now, I wanted to talk about my love-hate relationship with creating and being creative, creativity. I feel like a lot of people can relate. Sometimes it can be too much. Personally, me, I do like to dabble into music, acting, dancing, because that's fun to me. It's an outlet where I am able to express myself. If you're an artist, your highs are very high and your lows are very low. That's why I say love hate. Overall, I don't hate creating because it's something that I absolutely love and it's something that's a part of my identity. But damn, sometimes we can really stop ourselves from being great too. For as long as I could remember, my parents used to take me to practices, to concerts, like in choir or band. At first, as a kid, I was actually, she was in her shy girl phase. She was quiet, she minds her own business, but she still loved to perform. Me as a kid, I knew I could sing. Like me as a kid, I could hold a tune for as long as I could remember. And my mom, she used to like be in denial when I was in middle school. I used to be like, oh yeah, I was singing for as long as I can remember. Mom was like, psh, no, you wouldn't. And I think this is something we have an issue with in like the Asian community, especially. We're always worried about being humble. There's nothing wrong with talking or speaking positively about yourself. But my mom decided that in these years of my life, in my adult life, she's decided to tell me you are actually a great singer. And for a minute, like I thought, am I a bad singer or am I a bad performer? Because nobody is affirming this for me but other people that don't know me, like people on the internet or people at school. For as long as I could remember, from dancing as a really young kid to making music in my bedroom to performing, I think as I grew older, I let my ego really stop me from progressing and being great. Keeping yourself from people and keeping the gift that you have received doesn't really do anything for you. I think that gifts are made to be shared, and if it weren't for people from our history, where would we be today? I wouldn't be speaking to a camera. I wouldn't have a light. At the time, I think in my like high school years, I really did allow myself to create and be the weirdest kid that I could be. But as I've grown older, I think that again, my ego made it almost impossible for me to still be that same girl. I was almost like embarrassed to make content. It was more so watching myself over again was low-key cringy for me. Like the editing part was something to learn. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like to look at my videos. I don't. I like to look at myself when, I got my picture or whatever, or like a cute little short video moment, but not a whole monologue, okay? Using Pharmacy foaming cleanser. It's oil free. I like to take it with water, lather it. I actually like to make it bubbly, but I think I took a little bit too much cleanser onto my hands. I do this. Go down to my neck as well. And I love my family, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my parents and I feel like they did everything they could for me. But I think this started back in high school. Well, I also think this stems from when you're in high school, you have nothing else to do but to study and ask your parents for money. But at that time, I think, you know, my parents, they didn't really see us producing anything or doing anything with our lives, which is understandable because we weren't. I mean, I wasn't. I'm gonna speak for myself. I wasn't. I live in a traditionally Asian household. So there's no other ways to describe being unproductive. The word is lazy, okay? I think that sort of got brought with me into my adulthood. If I'm being honest, there was no one there to push me to be better, to do better, so I didn't really have a lot of guidance. I just knew that I needed to live life for myself. So I'm gonna work hard and play hard. And work hard and play hard, I did. But now I'm 24 and sometimes I do feel unmotivated to do certain things. And I'm not saying it may or may not have stemmed from my adolescent years. Now I'm gonna take accountability for myself because I'm a grown woman. I'm able to take care of myself now, and I should be able to make certain decisions if I want to live a certain life. Took a new towel and wiping my face over again. I even had a year where I did not sing. I did not do anything creative, and it backfired on me because I low-key lost a little bit of my voice. And after that, I vowed not to stop singing again because I sound low-key good. I sound good. No, I'm gonna stop downplaying myself. I sound great. I sound beautiful. When I wasn't creating, I low-key felt like, oh my gosh, it's so much work. I don't want to do this anymore. So dramatic of me, so dramatic of me, because eventually I'm always called back into creating content, creating music, creating visuals. Like I was looking at my old pictures and I used to edit my friends' pictures, my pictures, and they were chef's kiss. I felt like that was my most artistic era. And I used to do my makeup and put on outfits. I used to just be so free spirited. And when I was reminiscing on those times, I realized I gotta get up. I gotta take out my equipment and I gotta do this thing because I'm always called to it. The hate side of being a creative is that I was critiquing myself way too hard. Think that, wow, these lyrics are so trash. And I just didn't like how I sound. Honestly, my lows were very low. And I'm so sorry I'm a little bit all over the place. I just hadn't made a video in a long time, as you can see, and I keep looking at you, and then I keep looking at this, and I keep looking at you, and I keep looking at this. I will learn, okay? I just prefer to look at myself. Like, do y'all even notice? Let me know. This is my love part about creating. Not until last year I started putting more effort into myself. And yes, my life looks so glamorous and nice. Like, whose life doesn't look glamorous on the internet? I've always put effort into myself as a human being, but I never really put effort into what truly called me and what my subconscious really wanted me to pursue. At the end of the day, I would always come back. I could ignore it for as long as I wanted to, but eventually I'll get there. Look at me right now. Look at me now. A couple years gone by, I've never posted a YouTube video. I could have been making money from this. Well, let's be honest. But I let the pressure get to me. Like I was like, oh, people, they want to see me. Oh my goodness, now I have to do this all the time, blah, blah, blah. Of course they want to see you because you're being your true authentic self and people can relate to that. This is toner. They say essence, but this is toner. It's by 111 Scan. Oh my goodness, 111. I love angel numbers. I'm more of a music, dance, excuse me, video visionary type of creative, where maybe you could be a tech creative, computer math inventor type of creative. Your own vision takes part of changing the world. I feel like I've made a lot of progress. Now there are still some things that I do need to work on, but I've always come back to my style. I feel like when I look at others do the same thing, my heart is touched. And how beautiful would it be if I displayed my heart onto film for you guys and you receive that same feeling? Again, I feel like with our gifts, it's there to share. It's not there to keep for ourselves. I was watching this podcast with Jay Shetty and Russ They're both well-spoken individuals as well. But Russ was talking about how as an artist, you go up and down all the time. Your highs are highs, your lows are lows. And I could not agree more. And I think that's why I took such a long hiatus. And recently I spoke to this really well-known YouTuber. She was actually at my parents' salon while I was working for them. I think it was like during the holiday season when I came back home. Even she took a hiatus, but I think now she's back to it. But yeah, I refuse to stop. I refuse to stop doing what I love to do, what I'm called to do. Like, I low-key physically can't stop. So why fight what your body is feeling? Literally what everyone's been saying this year. Listen to your body when it comes to making decisions. Listen to your body when it comes to your health. This is an essence that I am using. There you go, you can see it. Another thing that Russ mentioned was that when you create music, in his case, it feels most organic and it flows right through you when you're not so in your head. Every single time I overthought about something that I was doing, it sort of cut the connection between me and God. And like I was like, it's not flowing no more. What's going on? But when I'm not thinking about it, I'm just going with it. I'm just bopping. I'm doing the most silliest, craziest things. That's when like it all comes out so natural, so beautifully. And right now, I'd say that I love to edit videos, I love to sing, and I love to just take out my laptop and feel like I'm doing work. Although I don't like to feel like I'm doing work at work, but I like to do it when it's on my own terms. And lately, I've been like thinking in my head. One night, I sort of got frustrated with the world, and I was just like, I just want to live being me. And honestly, the only way you can do that is if you follow your heart, your desires. Who said this? Who said this? Because a lot of people are in the game for the wrong reasons. Doing this, like social media and creating content to gain clout and recognition for the fame part of it, but they never really came from a background where they truly love to create and be their authentic selves. Which I don't like to judge other people on how they work and how they grind, because honestly, I still look up to it. Glow Recipe. This is also Glow Recipe hyaluronic acid. It's the Plump Hyaluronic Serum. But those creatives who have wonderful, beautiful gifts share onto the world, please show us. We are not getting any younger and time is just passing us on by. Like, no more waiting. I want to hear what you have to say right now. I want to hear your beautiful voice. I want to see your beautiful films. I want to use your beautiful inventions, your creations. And you know what? Although right now I like to embrace myself within my art, maybe later I will be over it, but I promised myself that this year I'm gonna work through it no matter what. Even if I'm sick and tired crawling on my knees, I will continue to work through, just as I would with myself and my everyday problems. Just because we don't see these issues doesn't mean that it's not important to tackle. I guess the reason for making this video is to not give up. If you have the urge to do something, go do it. Save some money, take a sabbatical. I recommend no longer than 1 month though. Live your life the way you are supposed to. But yeah, I've seen firsthand in my 24 years of living a lot of people who have taken initiatives on their lives and made moves, started their own projects, and became super successful. Whether or not our projects or our past projects have been trash, we can still all learn from them. Keep practicing your craft and you'll get to a point where it just flows. Don't give up and become the person you envision yourself becoming. And do it for you. Overnight Detox Moisturizer by Pure. What's scary about this is look at the color. I started TikTok. If you want to follow me, it's the real Sabrina Kim, just like my YouTube, my Instagram. I'm off Instagram currently because I'm trying to work on YouTube, because that's my baby, honestly. And I also need to be consistent, okay? I need to work on my relationship with YouTube. But yeah, we're all going through it, so don't feel discouraged. There are changes happening. We are being woken every single day. And just think about how cool it would be if we lived off being ourselves, our true authentic selves. I always thought about myself being a leader, but not really a leader to tell people what to do type, but as a person who lead by example. And this is gonna be one of my examples. I'm not gonna stop, and don't you let me either. But yeah, I love you all. Take good care of yourself and remember to feed your soul. Love you. Good night.